We're here at the 68th Berlinale in Berlin, and the Berlinale is showing two movies that concern terrorism. We're MOSECON, Jan St-Pierre, Susanne Schröder. Jan St-Pierre is the counter-terror advisor of MOSECON, and I'm the communications person. And
Head of
why
comms.
head of comms, and why are we talking about movies? Jan, what do you say? The movies we saw, one is called 7 Days in Entebbe, the other is called Utoya. What is your impression?
Well, I think one of the particular aspects of the Berlinale is it always presents very politically charged movies, and for two movies that deal with terrorism to be included in the competition aspect of the Berlinale is always interesting, even if 7 Days in Entebbe is out of competition. But I think the opportunity to watch movies and try to see how crucial events in terrorism history are depicted. Oh, especially by top directors, somebody like José Padilla, who's also a former Golden Bear winner here in 2008, how they deal with that issue and how it's presented, because the way terrorism is presented in pop culture also plays a way how, with propaganda, with nostalgia, the myth of terrorism is very big. Thanks to movies, and so for us to be able to watch these movies and sit down and try to break them from a professional, from a expertise point of view, I think is very.
So, what is your professional view of those movies? We talked about this before. Both say they're not documentaries, but they're based on facts, on truth.
Well, I have to say the experience of watching Utoya 22nd of July has been one of the strongest and most impacting cinema experiences I've ever been to. I love movies, you know that, but to watch this, the quality, the technical prowess that it's demonstrated. Yeah, it's a one-take movie, but it's not just a one. That's not just the quality of it. It's being able to transmit that fear, and the particularity of 22nd of July, of Utoya 22nd of July, is it's done entirely from the perspective of the victim. There's no mythical aspect about it. It's sober, it's cut, it's clean. Even if it's unbelievably violent, nonetheless the political, it's emotionally unbelievably charged. And so a movie that finally conveys something that has often been described as being undescribable. What happens to a victim is going to send a very powerful message. And I think some of our colleagues who maybe over the years or for lack of experience have distanced themselves, don't probably get that feel what it really means to be in these types of situations, or have been in contact with or haven't been in contact with victims. I think watching a movie like Utoya is going to be a profound experience, and I think the way the director Eric Poppe wrote the story, the screenplay, the way he presented everything, the work of the camera, just conveys those emotions so well that it is a must-see movie now, not only for professional reasons but also personally, even if it's extremely difficult emotionally, and it's much better than the brutal, the mediocre 7 Days in Entebbe.
Okay.
And that's the thing with 7 Days in Entebbe. There's a lot of myth surrounding this 7 days, the hostage crisis of the Air France flight in Entebbe. It's rooted in the mythical age of terrorism of the 60s and 70s, very much linked to the battle around the liberation of Palestine. And so it was going to be very interesting to see how José Padilla, who's known for very tight action movies, his first two movies, conveyed the battles for the streets of the favelas in Rio unbelievably well. His remake of RoboCop is a decent movie. Of course, he can't remake a classic. But he fails through. You absolutely don't know what the movie's about, even if you know what the movie's about. And so, as such, one of the key moments in terrorism history, because that hostage situation was one that was part of a sequence. The embassy the hostage situation, the embassy in Stockholm in '75, the hijacking of the flight in '76, the hijacking of the flight in '77. That is all part of terrorism history, and a very big part of it. And whatever his goal was, to convey the power, the situation, perhaps from victims of the decision makers, that was failed miserably. And so that's a disappointment. But everything was made up with Utoya 22nd of July.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.